Roc Nation named in another lawsuit. Yeah, you heard it. Roc Nation has been named in another lawsuit. I think this makes like 3 now. This one is from a former employee who's claiming some pretty crazy stuff. We gonna get into that. First, you guys smash the hell out of that like button. Let's go.
People, it looks like it's every day now. The cruelty of Roc Nation keeps getting exposed. We done uncovered another lawsuit that nobody is talking about. The lawsuit is centered around the turmoil of Michelle Shore, who we believe was a personal assistant for Megan Thee Stallion. They don't explicitly say Megan Thee Stallion, however, the timeline, the dates, the facts, it all lines up with this was Megan Thee Stallion's personal assistant. Michelle is suing Roc Nation for what I can describe as inhumane, cutthroat treatment, man. You don't treat employees like this. You don't treat animals like this. The lawsuit filed by Michelle Shore is actually against Roc Nation, not Megan Thee Stallion. Roc Nation directly because Roc Nation was her employer. So February 26, 2024 is when she applied for the job. Now, the title of the role was High Profile Artist Personal Assistant, LA-based position. March 13, she accepted an offer to be the personal assistant to one of defendant's main celebrity clients, who we believe is Megan Thee Stallion. Now, the salary was $130,000, and it was a signed employment agreement with Roc Nation Management. Throughout her employment, the wage statements listed Roc Nation as her employer, not Megan Thee Stallion, Roc Nation. So March 18th, 5 days after being hired, this is when she began to realize, yeah, they on some janky stuff over here. Because she was approached by a woman named Nikita Thompson who warned her that she might notice her colleagues being terminated and advised her not to ask any questions or acknowledge knowing the terminated employees.
Wow.
Michelle Shore is like, bruh, this must be an indication of Roc Nation's patterns of terminating employees for reasons not aligned with their business interests, rather lawful or not.
Hey, that's kind of like a hostile, volatile environment to be working in, don't you think? I mean, if that's the way they treat their employees, like, why would you want to go work for them? I mean, I understand, like, you trying to make a name for yourself, but 130 grand a year to be an assistant to a music artist, that's not enough. Because you have to be on call like 24/7. And they're gonna have you running out doing dumb stuff. I wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
That was her first sign of they on some janky stuff over here. However, it's not my business. I'm not gonna ask any questions. From the surface, $130,000 to be a personal assistant sounds amazing.
No, it doesn't.
It sounds great.
No, it doesn't.
Until you look at the requirements and until they tell you the hours you're gonna be working. Once you see the demands, you start to do the calculation and realize that the per hour rate is equivalent to being a child slave in Africa somewhere.
Less than minimum wage, I guarantee it.
Bruh, all right? Mining minerals. Those were the hourly rates they had her working based on how many hours she was asked to work. I'll give them their credit. They did at least try to warn her, all right? The best they could for the demanding hours, okay? But take a look at this, okay? So March 28th, 2024, during a meeting at defendant's Los Angeles headquarters to discuss the celebrity's upcoming international music concert tour, the celebrity emphasized the tour's critical nature, stating, "This is a make or break tour for her. There will be no partying, no effing around. This is work." Can you imagine Megan Thee Stallion coming into a meeting and telling professionals, no effing around, no partying?
No, I can't imagine the alcoholic horse coming in and telling me that. Because if I can't do no partying, you ain't doing no partying. You feel me? And you got a worse drinking habit than I do. I don't even have a drinking problem. But if I ain't doing no partying, you ain't doing no partying. Because you the alcoholic horse, not me.
So the plaintiff interpreted this as an expectation to work unreasonable hours, being on call at all times with duties extending from before the celebrity woke up until after they went to bed.
Yeah.
So this is not just a regular 9 to 5. Your entire life is catered around this person. So if this person is waking up, let's say at 5 a.m. and they need, I don't know, a breakfast at 5:30, you got to be up at 5:30 a.m. too. If they go to bed at 10 p.m., but like they still require you do things past
you might be
10
up till like
p.m.,
1.
then you got to go to bed at 1 a.m. and wake up at 5. That's just how it works. Right? So between May 8th of 2024 to July 3rd of 2024, during the tour, Michelle worked approximately 57 days without a single day off.
God!
Working a minimum of 16 hours per day
God!
with an average of 5 hours of sleep per night. Call me Americanized, bruh, but nah, that's cruelty. Nah, that is torture, homie. That's not even cool.
I mean, you can't continuously run off of 5 hours of sleep. I know a lot of people that do it. They run off of like continuously run off of like 4 hours of sleep, but there's nothing wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm joking. I know there's people out there that can do it, but for most of us, that's not healthy to keep doing that. Especially for 57 days straight for 130 grand a year? Bro, hold on. Let me blow this up real quick here. 130 grand a year. Do you know you can go to truck driving school for 4 weeks, and in a couple years, if you have the want to make that type of money, you will. A couple years after that, you'll be making more than that. Driving a semi-truck, and in a semi-truck, you have to have 34 hours off straight every week. You can only work a max of 70 hours a week if you're a truck driver. And be making more money than that. And a lot easier job, probably a lot less stressful too. A lot less BS to deal with. Come on, y'all. Y'all stupid. Why? Because you a fan of somebody? Because you trying to make your name in the industry? Don't get robbed doing stupid shit.
Or trying to kill somebody. Asking 16 hours a day, 57 days straight, no breaks whatsoever, 5 hours of sleep.
And fuck, you can go to electrician school and work less hours than that and still make that money.
It's 16 hours minimum. Meaning, there's some days where, she had to work 18, 19, 20 hours on call 24/7. This is not cool. You're trying to kill somebody. And you would think for a job that demanding, they will at least be somewhat accommodating, right? But no. Of course, Roc Nation conduct, if this is true, violated the California Labor Code Section 551, which mandates a day of rest. I'll be real, I don't even think this conduct is allowed in North Korea. And we know how they get down. I feel like this conduct will get you sanctioned in North Korea, and that's saying a lot.
But listen how they did her dirty, though.
Days off did not apply to plaintiff. So Megan Thee Stallion was in that meeting allegedly. All right.
Probably drunk.
Screaming, no days off, no partying, no work. Whole time she's taking days off. But you don't got no days off. You still got to work on things for her. As she was required to handle events like photo shoots or personal activities for the celebrity. During the tour, the defendants and the celebrity assigned plaintiff unfeasible tasks, such as simultaneously flying the celebrity's French bulldog to New York City for a photo shoot and packing/moving the celebrity's belongings from Beverly Hills to Miami. These unreasonable expectations.
Wait. How the hell am I supposed to fly your French poodle to New York City for a photo shoot, plus move your furniture from Beverly Hills to Miami at the same time? Unless you're allowing me to hire somebody to move that furniture. Because first of all, I'm an assistant. I ain't moving that furniture. I'm not a mover. So, I mean, if I could hire a moving team to come move that stuff, all right, that's one thing. But you want me to do it myself? But at the same time, you want me to be in New York with your French poodle that you probably got from Tory?
Cause plaintiff severe emotional and physical harm. I'll be real. Now, flying the French bulldog, I guess
French bulldog, when I say French poodle,
like that's something you could probably expect from like a personal assistant. But is moving the defendant's belongings from houses, is that what a personal assistant do? Like, shouldn't you hire a mover for that?
Yeah.
Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. She gets a lot of flack. Now, if Megan Thee Stallion is the celebrity, moving forward, this is all based on if she's the celebrity. But she was pretty understanding. Like, when Michelle couldn't do certain things or stood up for herself and said, no, this is not part of my job duty, bro. All right? No, this is not cool. No, bro. Like, I have to sleep more than 4 hours a day. No, I need a day off. Apparently, Megan Thee Stallion was understanding to this. However, Desiree Perez kept on asking Megan Thee Stallion, should we fire her? Should we get rid of her? Just created a hostile work environment. Violent.
And you know what? The common denominator is in all these Roc Nation lawsuits? Who is the one main common denominator? You don't see Jay-Z's name brought up in these. Desiree Perez. The one common denominator in a lot of these lawsuits. And who was it? I think it was Seti Nash was saying the other day, like, they can remove her as CEO because Roc Nation isn't publicly traded, but it's under the umbrella of Live Nation. Live Nation is publicly traded. They could technically, I'm pretty sure. I'm not no business expert, but I'm pretty sure they could probably force her out of that position on some like Empire type shit.
This person is coming to work every day on edge, not knowing if today is going to be their last day. During the tour, when Michelle was unable to perform contradictory and extensive tasks.
Wait, hold on. James Harden just hit with a Diddy-like lawsuit. Whoa.
Whether due to the emotional trauma or the physical harm that she was enduring by not sleeping, Desiree Perez allegedly asked Megan, or the alleged celebrity, if Michelle, or if they should terminate Michelle. Although Michelle was not terminated at this point, she became aware of the volatility of her employment, increasing her fear of job loss if she did not comply with certain demands. So things that she shouldn't have been doing, things that she should have said, no, I'm not doing this, she just began to do it because they was openly threatening her job. Now, the extreme working condition led to Michelle developing a physical disability. These people worked this woman so hard, they almost worked her to her death. Specifically, impaired vision due to sleep deprivation. Like manifesting as seeing spots in her eyesight, Michelle feared that the lack of rest was causing severe physical harm.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
it can cause mental damage too.
When you get injured at the—
That's why like PTSD, a lot of people don't know, PTSD actually really affects your sleep to the point to where you can't function, you start hallucinating and seeing dots and stuff. And that's what like makes you seem off. Because you are off from lack of sleep. You know what I'm saying? That's what PTSD does. This is what sounds like is happening to her, and it can also cause anxiety and heart palpitations while you're trying to sleep too. Like, so it's wild.
The job, or you get injured based on your job duties, you get to at least take some time off to heal and recoup, right? No, not here. All right, because Michelle emailed Roc Nation head of human resources, Marissa Valero, and Desiree Perez, stating she did not feel safe due to the harsh working conditions, and she requested to go home for a day.
Oh, they can't.
She requested a day. 1 day.
They said no days off.
1 day of rest.
And
she also informed Desiree Perez in person that her vision was impaired due to lack of sleep, seeing spots when blinking.
Told you.
Desiree Perez granted the request, and Michelle was sent home. Now, Michelle received a missed call and an email from Valero as soon as she got home, followed by a 2-minute phone conversation in which Valero informed Michelle that she was being released from her
she hadn't even made it home yet.
Plaintiff Michelle alleged that this termination was abrupt and came days after she raised concerns about her safety and well-being to human resources and senior management. That's cold-blooded, man. She was emailing human resources saying, hey, yo, I need some rest. Please, can I get some rest? They finally had the meeting with her, right? After days of her emailing, They granted her 1 day off. So you know what? Yo, go home, take a break for 1 day. And when she went home for that 1 day and left tour, after they approved her request to leave tour for 1 day, when she got home, they called her and fired her on the spot.
Man, they sent that email as soon as she hit that door, bro. Soon as she hit that door going out, they sent that email.
That's cruel, bro. That's some nasty work, homie. That's nasty work, bro. Somebody worked for 57 days straight, no breaks at all? For anyone to work for 16 hours a day, 57 days straight, that shows you are at least a dedicated employee. You at least are somebody who's a hard worker. And if you got to take a day off because you're burnt out or you have a physical disability from performing your job duty, to me, that's the least I can do for you, bro. If you're somebody who's willing to work 57 days straight without complaining, that's the least I can do for you. Take the day off.
Yeah, I mean, that's the very least.
Day off was too much for these people, bro. They want you to essentially work yourself to an early grave. They won't be satisfied until you kill yourself. Let's get into the basis of the lawsuits. Now, we covered the general allegations. Roc Nation engaged in torturous acts, allowing or condoning a pattern of unlawful practices that cause plaintiff economic damages, emotional pain, humiliation, mental anguish, loss of enjoyment of life, and emotional distress. All right. Disability discrimination to me is a big one. She got physically disabled while performing your daily duties, and she got fired for it. That's a lawsuit. Plaintiff alleged that her impaired vision of physical disability was a substantial motivating reason for Roc Nation adverse employment actions, including her termination, which materially affected the terms and conditions of her employment. Now, she also suing for retaliation under FEHA. Plaintiff alleged that her opposition to defendant's discriminatory practices in violation of California Labor Code section was a motivating reason for defendant's Roc Nation adverse employment actions, including her termination. Retaliation under California Labor Code. Plaintiff alleged that Roc Nation retaliated against her for complaining about unlawful activities, including disability discrimination and requesting a reasonable accommodation, as well as violations of California Labor Code Section 551. Her opposition to these illegal actions was a motivating reason for her termination. A lot of these lawsuits just keep getting uncovered, and I'll be real, there's one person at the center of a lot of this stuff. And it's not Jay-Z, right? We don't see Jay-Z at the center. At least Jay-Z's name isn't really mentioned because Jay-Z ain't really handling the day-to-day operation. But Desiree Perez is named in a lot of these Roc Nation lawsuits, if not all. And what we see is she's at the core of this, bro. She's just not a good person.
Hey, I swear on my mama, there is two Poetik Flakkos. There's two. There's this Poetik Flakko and there's no jumper Poetik Flakko. You notice this one don't stutter. I don't know what this, he don't stutter. And this one be on point. The no jumper one stuttering and he be saying some iffy things sometimes. This one be on point though. They must be twins or something. I don't know. I like this one.
Person, if these allegations are true, she's just not a good person. And I feel like that right there is the root of a lot of the issues. It's, just being a decent human being would have solved this, yo. Damn, man, you got physically impaired by working here for 57 days straight, 16-hour days minimum. Damn, man, that's effed up. I feel empathy towards you. Go home, man, take some rest. Being a good person will get rid of probably 95% of these lawsuits. But because people didn't exercise just basic human decency, what we've seen is they're getting themselves in turmoil.
Hey, I mean, if she got the paperwork to back up her medical condition and the doctor can say that's what it comes from, it was working all those days and all those hours, then yeah, she can win. She'll win. I mean, but it is California though. You know, Roc Nation got pulled in California because who they cool with? The ex-VP who got power in California. And y'all can go ahead and say, oh, well, Trump pardoned her. Listen. The way Roc Nation got in bed with politics was through the Democrats. Now, when you read through the Fat Joe lawsuit, he's bragging a couple years ago that he got friends in the White House when the Democrats were in. What is y'all talking about? Yes, Trump pardoned her. Guess what? He's a New Yorker. Probably knows them too. But I'm talking about when Obama was in office. They even had people in there when Biden was in office. Where do you think Roc Nation's power comes from? It comes from their political ties. And their ties to the government. Anyways, you guys, that to me, that's just kind of wild. You working all those hours a week, all those days straight, and you're only making 150 or 130,000 per year. You can go to school, get a job working a lot less hours, and make that same money. It might be a blue collar job like driving a semi, going to be an electrician. I think plumbers make pretty good money. Why would you want to go deal with that mess? Just to say you work for Roc Nation? Or you was an assistant to Megan Thee Stallion? No. You're robbing yourself. You're selling yourself short. You helping to make other people rich. Anyways, man, we gotta smarten up to them. We gotta smarten up to that. I mean, yes. Roc Nation is a black-owned company, right? And a lot of times, us working for our own people was a good thing, but a lot of times it's not, because they will take advantage of us just like other people would. And I'm not saying I'm not like this huge pro-black person or whatever, not racist or whatever, nothing like that. I'm just saying. Some people will look at it like, oh, I'll go work for Jay-Z because he's a black man and this and that. He will take advantage of you just like anybody else. Work for yourself. Make yourself some money. Get yourself rich, all right? Hope y'all take that advice, man. Look into making yourself, enriching yourself. Take the path of least resistance. That's going to get you paid the most money. Just don't sell drugs. Anyways, that's my video for today, you guys. If you're new to the channel and you made it this far, make sure you go down and hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit the bell icon. That way YouTube notifies you every time I drop a new video. Hey, while you guys are down there, make sure you smash that like button and drop a quick comment. All of that is free for you guys to do. All of that helps the channel, helps the video get into the YouTube algorithm a lot faster, helps it get more views on it, help it get over that 1,000 view threshold mark. That's where the channel get paid at. When we start getting 1,000 views, y'all, the only way we're gonna get there is by likes and comments, you guys. So do your boy that solid, hit that like button, drop a quick comment, holla at me down there, all right? It's your boy King Charm. I'm out.